Right, week 5 of the weekly recaps. Finally a green week after all of the fucking red weeks that we've been having recently. We've been on a losing streak for pretty much the whole channel. So finally caught a win this week, but I'm going to go into it now. This is Euro USD. On Monday, we just chopped around literally through the whole of London session. So by 10 a.m, hadn't swept any session liquidity, and so nothing there. And in New York session, we took out London session lows and we just shit the bed. So nothing for us there. Over on GU, in the morning, we did actually take out Asia session highs, but by 10 o'clock, so nothing there. Same thing in New York session, took out London lows and just shit the bed. Moving over into Tuesday, we have a sweep of Asia session highs. We do get that 5-minute change of character. Right, anyways, yeah, we do get that 5-minute change of character, but you don't retrace into the entry point that we have. 50% would be our entry, so we just got missed there, unfortunate. And in New York session, we came up and eventually took London highs, but not until 4 o'clock, so out of my trading times. Over on EU, coming into Tuesday, we took out Asia session highs. We had the change of character. Now this one was a bit unfortunate as well, because obviously GU didn't retrace to the gap. This one did retrace, but there was no gap to enter off. I mean, there was a tiny little gap here, but I think if you was going off this gap, you ran past 2RR anyways. So we didn't get into this position, but we did see the move that we wanted to happen. We had that change of character, and then you had the retracement, and then you moved towards the lows. Over in New York session, we did take out London lows. You have the change of character, but at 3:30, so again out of my trading times, and it didn't retrace anyways, it just sort of chopped. And that is it for Tuesday. Right, moving over to Wednesday. On Euro USD, we had the right sort of move, but we failed to take out Asian highs. It looks like it sweeps it, and to some people probably would class it, but for me, I need to see a body of this candle, or body of any candle, close above the body of these candles of the high. So we didn't get that, we just moved straight to the lows. And then moving over into New York session, we do eventually come down and take out London session lows, but not until 3:30. So that is my session times done. So no positions for me, and it didn't change character anyways, it just moved lower and chopped around, and that is that. Then in New York session, we do eventually take out London session lows, but not until 3:30, and then we just continue to chop around, so no positions there for us. So over on GU, we take out Asia session highs in the morning. We do have that 5-minute change of character. We do have that 5-minute change of character just here, and then we just move lower. Don't quite take out the lows, but run to 2RR, and I think actually 2RR of what, because I don't think there's a gap. Yeah, there isn't, so there's no entry for us there anyways, but we did get the correct move that we were looking for. And then in New York session, eventually we do come and take out these lows at 2 o'clock, and then we just moved lower, and that was it. But anyways, yeah, moving over to Thursday, on GU, we came down and we took out Asia session lows and just went lower, and we did a very similar thing in New York session, took out London lows. There was no structure, well, the nearest structure would have been up here. We did retrace a little bit and then just moved lower, nothing there. Moving over to Euro USD, we almost had 2 wins in the same day. Unfortunately, this didn't quite sweep Asia session highs, very nearly did, but other than that, it came down, it had the 5-minute change of character, when we close below here. But it came down, it had the 5-minute change of character. It retraced into 50% of this gap really nicely, and you would have caught a really nice position straight to full TP. Unfortunately, because of this sweep, we didn't get in this position, but sometimes you just got to sit on your hands and firm these things out. So made the right decision, because in New York session we came back up. So yeah, in New York session we came back up and we took out London session highs. Then this was a bit of a technical change of character, because for me, right, you have this move and I have to count from the first candle in the opposite direction of the move. So for me, I start counting here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have to move higher. So for me, my change of character wouldn't be marked until here, which we did get. We then retraced into this gap, tapped in nicely. This position, it did hit full TP, it hit 2RR on TradingView, but it didn't quite hit my full TP on my MetaTrader until here. So we moved stops to break even at 1-to-1, and then we just held it out, and eventually, even though it did retrace and I was thinking fucking hell, but yeah, we did end up retracing a bit, moving down towards the lows and hitting full TP on that position. And that is it for Thursday. Right, and finally moving over to Friday. In the morning we just chopped around. We did eventually take out Asia session highs, and then we just chopped and moved higher. So then in New York session we came up, we took out London session highs. We have that 5-minute change of character, which it looked quite like a clean trade. We had that momentum to the downside, so we had that 5-minute change of character, we had that entry gap, we took the position. Unfortunately, we just had the move completely wrong, and that is that. So that's that for GU. Moving over to Euro USD on Friday. London session was really slow and choppy. We didn't take out any session liquidity throughout the whole of London, and then in New York session we did eventually take out London session highs, and we just flew higher, and that finished us off for the week. And so that is that.